The on-target game improvement system first develops a scoring profile to determine those areas of your game contributing most to your high scores. This is done by tracking the shots you hit on the course in 4 areas: driving, approach shots, the short game shots around the green, and your putting. Golf is 4 games in one, and your scoring profile objectively measures and compares your skill scores in those 4 games and identifies your strengths and weaknesses. Now first let's look at your driving performance in both distance and accuracy. The distance you hit with your best drives is good enough to score well. You don't necessarily need to hit your best drive better, just more often. As far as accuracy, you did have difficulty hitting fairways during the round. Now because of the high winds, the statistics from that round are less reliable, but my observations are that in the area of driving, it is more important to work on those things that improve your consistency and accuracy before I would worry about trying to improve your distance. Your statistical goal for the driver is to hit more fairways. When you play, I want you to track how many fairways you hit each round. Now let's look at your approach shot performance. During the round, we hit approach shots only from the fairway, and the majority of shots were from 150 yards or closer. Your approach shot performance is another area you need to improve the consistency of hitting the ball solid and the accuracy of the shot so you hit more greens. To hit the ball consistently solid is going to require you to more consistently control the location of the low point in your swing arc. Your low point fluctuates from hitting the ground several inches behind the ball to not hitting the ground at all, and you scull the shot. Your statistical goal for approach shots is to hit more greens from 100 to 150 yards from the fairway. Now let's look at your chip and pitch shot performance. Golf is about hitting targets. With driving, your target is the fairway. With approach shots, your target is the green. Your target for chip and pitches is to hit it close enough to give yourself a reasonable chance to make the first putt. That target is at least 18 feet from the hole and ideally less than 9 feet. During your round, you hit inside of 18 feet only 33% of the time, and you miss the green 26% of the time. Your statistical goal for the short game is to get 20% of your short game shots inside of 9 feet from the hole and have less than 10% of missed greens. Now for putting. Putting is probably the best part of your game. Obviously, I want all my students to improve all parts of their game, but we can't work on everything. So I want you to prioritize and work mostly on the weaker areas. For putting, the only statistics I would want you to track is the percentage of 3 putts. Next in the on-target system is to prioritize the most important areas to work on first. I gave you statistical goals in each area, but what statistical goals are the most important to reach? I want my students to have 1 full swing project and 1 short game project. Your full swing project is to hit 50% of the fairways you play. Your short game project is to lower your percentage of missed greens with a short game shot to below 10%. Once these goals are met, we can look again at your overall statistics and set new goals and projects. Now that we've identified the problem areas and have set some statistical goals to achieve, we need to identify what's causing our current problem and implement a correction. To hit more fairways, you need to make the mechanical changes I described in your full swing report. This will require at least 1 session to establish the change and learn the drills to do in your practice sessions. You will probably need a follow-up a few weeks after that to make sure you are still on track. During both the first session and any follow-up sessions, I want to also work on your short game project. This work will be to continue the fundamentals we covered in the school on your short game. Part of the on-target system also is to continue tracking your statistics when you play a round of golf. By attending the golf school, you now have a 1-year membership to the On-Target Golf Association website, which has my power tracker where you can easily record your statistics. The member side of the website is in the final stages of our newest update and will be ready to use shortly. When it is, I will send you the log information you need and the tutorials that show how to use Power Tracker. The email I am sending will show you several options to choose from on which lesson program might be best for your situation.